So European Research and Innovation Days 2022 is finally slowly coming to an end. And Signe, wow, how do you feel? Yeah, you've been moderating quite a few things the last couple of days, right?
Oh, hi, Chris. I feel great. I think it's been really a wonderful journey throughout these 2 days.
Absolutely.
But I also feel a bit relieved, as now we are coming to a close.
Yeah, relieved. So the adrenaline is slowly coming down. And as that adrenaline is coming down, why don't we take a look at a highlights video of what we did over these last 2 days. Have a look.
It's a great pleasure to be here together with all of you to launch this 4th edition of the European Research and Innovation Days.
The European Parliament is a constructive partner of the European Commission. We're not only legislators, but we're also politicians with citizens asking us to do more.
The European research area can only be achieved if we work as a team.
The establishment of a single market for knowledge at European level can only be achieved through an ambitious open science policy in all its dimensions.
Innovation is a key to ensure competitiveness, economic growth and prosperity in Europe.
I'm proud to be European. Europe is the role model of a developed society.
Addressing Europe within its goals of both a Green Deal and also strategic autonomy is what we really need to do today.
This is a unique opportunity to add your voice to the conversation on building up a sustainable future for Europe.
Academic freedom, gender equality, research ethics, open science and evidence-based policymaking are the key to the sustainable and inclusive development of democratic countries.
In Europe, you care for the people. Every person matters. That's why we need to cherish and protect European values.
It's very important that the universities are the ones that recruit talents for further development of Europe.
We can show that missions are not only a novelty on the Horizon Europe program, that's something beneficial for all our citizens, for all our regions in Europe, for all our member states. Only together with an ecosystem approach, with innovation that is here for the benefits of people, that's not prototypes, we can succeed.
We can succeed, as the Commissioner said. Signe, I'm sure you have a lot of things to tell us about over these last 2 days, but just give us a couple of highlights and then also what our takeaway should be from this.
It's been an amazing journey during these 2 days with almost 14,000 registered participants from 102 countries.
We went over 100 now.
Yes,
Fantastic.
we are now over 100.
Brilliant.
I particularly thank those of you who expressed your willingness to get engaged in our future platform activities. I have been particularly impressed by the level of discussions, the willingness of people to share their views and contribute together to our future. We've discovered how powerful culture and creativity are to ensure that Europe makes maximum of its talents. I'm proud to hear that the EU is the leader, say, in the gaming industry, that it is home to so many experimental developers. I have personally noted down lots of very, very useful insights that will help to improve our future policies. We had today the pleasure to meet the EU Mission Board chairs, who will work to deliver real outcomes that will inspire trust in citizens. Personally, I enjoyed following the passionate discussions of young researchers and innovators who are bringing out-of-the-box ideas to tackle big challenges like climate change, plastic pollution, and food supplies. I hope that all of you, the participants, in the course of these 2 days, have enjoyed, like I did, the richness of the discussions in the program panels, networking possibilities among participants, interactions with Commission staff in the village, and a first-hand experience of several research and innovation projects in our exhibition. On a more personal note, allow me to say that it has been a great honor for me to represent my Directorate General and welcome you, thousands of participants from all over the world. And I'm really proud to lead such a great group of committed Europeans. Finally, I'm particularly grateful to all the Commission staff, our Commission communication team in particular, as well as the technical staff, for the great work that they have done to make this event possible for the fourth year in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. A great team we've been working with these last 2 days, both on the technical side and the policy side, trying to keep things on track. And we did keep things on track. Let me ask you, Signe, probably a lot of people do know that you're from Estonia, right? And Estonia is known as a digital nation. Why is that?
Well, I think that's a good question. Actually, my experience is that wherever I go on mission, from Japan to India to Singapore, and last summer even to Panama, if they learn my nationality, they ask the same question.
Yeah. And why is that? Yeah, why is that? There's an origin here, right, somehow?
There is an origin.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do know, because I was working for the Estonian government at the time when it happened, when it all started.
Right. This was in the 90s?
It was in mid-90s,
yeah.
Where we had a great visionary leader, the Prime Minister at the time, who started first off creating e-government,
right,
making government sessions wholly digital, but then we also created the platform which enabled to put all services online,
right,
for all the citizens.
Right, so that reached out and touched all the citizens, all the people in the country.
Indeed.
Right.
And I think it was really a combination of a vision from the top and the support by the people. For instance, I can give you just a couple of examples. If you can declare your taxes digitally in 5 minutes, and this has happened since the end of 90s already,
right,
or register a car, create a company. And, for instance, since 2002, I've only voted electronically in all elections.
Right.
And last time, when we had the parliamentary elections, then Estonians voted electronically from more than 120 countries.
Which then also led to a spirit of innovation, too. A technological innovation, right?
Indeed. And also the creation of startups. Now, you can also hear about a startup nation. But I think this is a good example, actually, for our missions.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of missions discussion today. And here, we also have a vision where we'd like to get. But in order to get there, we will need all of you to support also these mission targets and put this act together.
Absolutely. I think that does it for us, I believe, unless you have any other thoughts, but I think this is it, right?
I just have another thought,
okay.
Which also relates to this example. As you can see, if a small nation can excel in one area, then all of you, those who have been watching us, those of you who are already participants, beneficiaries of our program, but also those who have tried, perhaps have not succeeded yet, my message is, try again, learn from those who are the try to be really excellent in your area, and in the end, you will succeed.
Which is what these last 2 days were about, is really a kind of to motivate all of us to become more involved in doing this, in research and innovation, and in facing the challenges that we face today here in the European Union. It's been a great pleasure to be moderating, to be hosting R&I Days 2022. And for those of you who still have more to say and to cast wider, please hashtag RIDaysEU. And the R&I exhibition on that platform you're looking at right now is still running. So there's more to see, there's more to look at. And so please do continue looking at that. There's also a post-event survey that we're sending you. You can see it in the chat on the right side. We'd like to get your feedback. There are always ways to do things better, and we'd like to know your feedback on that as well. That's about it. My name is Chris Burns. A final word from Commissioner Gabriel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, today we close the 4th edition of the R&I Days, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the thousands of participants and the almost 200 excellent speakers that actively contributed to making it a success. This edition will help us work together to shape the future. In particular, my thanks to DG R&I for organizing this event and to all the colleagues involved for their contributions. This event comes at a timely moment, and I would like to take a moment to reflect on some of the key issues discussed these last 2 days. I'd like to start by pointing out how important this year's Research and Innovation Days are, because they mark the beginning of a new European innovation agenda. A new European innovation agenda that goes along with the European research area and the European education area. Now we have all 3 parts of the knowledge triangle. In July, we adopted the new European Innovation Agenda with 5 pillars: to foster deep tech innovation, create innovator networks across Europe, attract talent, draw in investors, and revamp policies to promote innovation. Now we need to focus on the implementation of the 25 actions of the new European Innovation Agenda, engaging closely with our member states and working together with all stakeholders. And we started this at the Research and Innovation Days. This new agenda recognizes new types of innovations developed by startups as well as students, new communities that complement the outstanding work of researchers and professors. As a result, this year's Research and Innovation Days feature a well-balanced mix of the innovation, education, and research communities, and the new European Innovation Agenda that sends a clear message to the rest of the world. The European Union is determined to spearhead the next wave of innovation with its own deep tech innovations and startups. In the 2-day event, we heard discussions about some best practices of regional innovation ecosystems to boost innovation cohesion in Europe. But we can and must do more. The European Commission, through its new European Innovation Agenda, will support the strengthening of regional ecosystems and better interconnect them to create a true pan-European innovation ecosystem. This is crucial to achieve our goals, to lead on the global innovation race and ensure Europe's green and digital transitions. In order for us to thrive, we need to form informal alliances with investors and industry, as well as startups and universities. In the spirit of Carpe Diem, I call for us to work together and invite you all to the EIT Summit on the 11th of October and the EIC Summit on the 7th and 8th of December, where we'll take stock of progress on each of these actions. Another fundamental topic we addressed is the pivotal role that European research and innovation have in achieving strategic autonomy, as well as the green and digital transition. In these 2 days, we have discussed the multiple global crises that Europe is being exposed to, testing its ability to deliver high levels of well-being to current and future generations.
Next to this, we have also discussed European policy strategies and new pieces of legislation to prevent disinformation and foreign interference and manipulation. The current geopolitical situation makes the case for a rapid clean energy transition ever stronger and clear. To respect the principle of a fair and just clean energy transition, this acceleration should not increase further the cost of life of European citizens who are already making a big effort to change their way of living. We need to curb energy poverty and protect those who are struggling to pay their energy bills, whether for housing, mobility, or activity. Finally, in these 2 days, we addressed important topics under my portfolio as key drivers in achieving the European Commission's priorities. I would like to highlight in particular the European missions, the importance of youth, the role of education, innovation, and science, the richness of European cultural creativity, and the enormous potential for the European education and innovation and research to address global challenges. First, starting from the European missions. We have engaged with stakeholders in the search of responses to some of the greatest challenges we are facing today: adapting to climate change, living in smarter and greener cities, protecting the ocean, seas and waters, ensuring healthy soil and food, and fighting cancer. We had the chance to look at the synergies between all the missions. We met with mayors from across the European Union telling us how they are working with their citizens to transform their cities into greener, healthier and more livable spaces. We learned about the synergies with the climate adaptation efforts, and we welcomed all regions and local authorities signing the Mission Climate Adaptation Charter. In particular, we saw the power of youth engagement in cleaning the ocean and rivers of plastic pollution and spreading practical advice from young ocean professionals at international level on how we can preserve our ocean for the next generation in view of the consequences of climate change. When talking about the importance of fighting cancer, the Mission Cancer showed us that childhood cancer is a top priority to address. We discussed with researchers and politicians the importance of protecting and restoring our soils to heal the earth together. These 2 days show that we are working on each of these challenges with great ambition to achieve concrete results by 2030, and to do so, we'll count on the support of the 75 newly appointed Mission Board members, whom I would like to welcome on board. Second, we discussed about the connections between education and new ideas. The first Education and Innovation Summit, which took place in June of this year, showed that there is a lot of interest in bringing these two fields together. I'd even say that it was a hidden demand, as this summit showed more than 1.5 million people watch it online, a first in the European Union. During the Research Innovation Days, members of the new European Network of Innovative Higher Education Institutions presented their work with other interested parties. The work will keep going, and on December 1st, the results will be shown at the Education Summit. The network will put together a report with best practices and suggestions for how universities can play a bigger role as engines of innovation in their regions. We also discussed on the richness of European cultural creativity and the fact that unlocking the power of culture and creativity for the European Union means creating an enabling environment and ecosystem support measures. Additionally, we strongly highlighted the importance of strengthening women's and girls' participation in STEAM education and careers. We need more women to be in charge of new, innovative businesses and startups. During the Research Innovation Days, there was a lot of attention on the Women Tech EU and Girls Go Circular initiatives. We also came together with prominent experts and a wide range of stakeholders to discuss the challenges that European museums and other cultural heritage institutions faced with regard to the digital transition. We also spoke about the new European Bauhaus and its role in delivering on the Europeans' ambition for a green transition. I was also pleased that we addressed the important power that the arts have for people's well-being across society. The physical and virtual worlds created by the arts are also a vehicle for stronger and wider communication between different people and cultures, thus creating a shared space for exploration and experience. When embracing a global perspective, we also reaffirmed that education, research and innovation have enormous potential to address global challenges. On the other hand, at a time when fake news is raising distrust in science, citizen science and engagement activities are allowing the public to gain an insight into the scientific process and restore trust. In a post-pandemic world, science communication emerges as a powerful tool helping rebuild trust in science. Science communication helps educate and raise awareness of science among the general public and in particular can help inspire young people to pursue science. European Research Council grantees and Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions researchers are helping society better understand science through outreach and public engagement programs, enabling citizens to relate to what scientists are doing. On the other hand, it is important to remember that the enormous potential that research and innovation have to address global challenges can only be realized by coordination, cooperation, and impact-driven research policy. The Industry Awards demonstrate with real examples the impact of our policy. I congratulate again the winners for 2022 and hope these projects continue to inspire new ones. As these 2 days have shown, investing in education, research and innovation is an investment in Europe's future. It helps us to compete globally while preserving our unique social model. It improves the daily lives of millions of people here in Europe and around the world, helping to solve some of our biggest societal challenges. During the European Year of Youth, the Research and Innovation Days paid extra attention to young people who are coming up with new ideas. We need people who are creative and can think out of the box if we want to solve some of the biggest problems our societies face. We need to encourage the youth to think like entrepreneurs who are ready to grow and rethink the world on a global scale. Youth has the courage to dream and try. Some of them pointed out in this session that we have a lot of smart young people all over the continent who want to do better, be better, and make things that are unimaginable. You can count on my full support to help you reach your goals, which are also our goals for Europe. To conclude, I would like to reiterate that it was a great pleasure meeting you on this occasion and listening to your inputs and ideas. We have started a new journey to shape the future together and make Europe the global powerhouse for deep tech innovations and startups. Thank you all for your participation and, well, see you next year.